What is up, my fellow Chibits? Hopefully all of you are having a very good day today, no matter where you are. I wish you a very good day. And so, the Promised Neverland chapter is finally out, and with it, we get a little bit more clarification of what is going to happen next. So that final page, can we just talk about that for a moment? So, that's a big gun safe. Like, that's a big gun safe. Like, that is a big gun room. Like, it's time to lock and load. Like, that's exactly the thought that popped up in my mind when I saw that entire gun room. I'm like, it's massive. It's massive. There's just so much there. Like, when you look at that armory, it's obvious that they have enough there to probably go in and probably save the children from the orphanage or, you know, the grace field. It just, yeah, it's, especially if they have everyone to get a gun and then hold around the perimeter and all that, they could probably definitely win. So that's just, yeah. I also want to point out the fact that the weapons that were shown in this chapter, there were some that looked very alien-like. There was a rocket launcher-looking alien thing. I don't know, it was just a rocket launcher shape with, like, alien-looking design to it, which we could assume now that some of these weapons most likely are not just from the human world, but also from the demon world. It's probably from both societies and what they made in terms of weapons, and that is what, you know, we have in this armory. So it's probably a split amongst both sides, the demon and human world in this armory, and that's both technology. Or, if that is all from the human world, like all of the weapons and stuff, that would mean that this most likely, the society where humanity is at, they're really advanced, like extremely advanced. Even in our today's society, like looking at some of those weapons, it seems like some of the weapons that were probably in our timeline, they're very advanced. Like they're even more advanced than we are where, you know, 2017 is at. So that right there just shows that there's something incredibly different by, you know, from the natural world of humanity. That is just a big thing that is displayed in this chapter. Now, besides that, we also need to factor in that this is very important for Emma. Emma and all the children, actually. Because if there's one thing that they need to do, is they need to learn how to use, you know, a gun. Because if they're going to be in this world that's, you know, trying to, you know, get them, out to get them, they need to be able to defend themselves. It's common sense. And it's already been, like, established with Emma's character that she is going to be, like, the hunter of the group. She is someone that's going to be hunting for food and stuff. We've seen this when she was, you know, hunting a bird and all that. We've seen this already. She is definitely going to be the hunter that is able to shoot at very far distances, and judging by how she has been displayed, I'm going to assume she's probably going to be like a sniper class or something. Like, she's probably going to have a sniper rifle, and that's what I would assume she'd be using, is because of just her style. But besides that, though, this is incredibly useful, because Emma needs to know how to use a gun, and this also will put them at a level playing field with the demons. And there is something I need to actually mention, since I'm bringing up the whole aspect of Emma learning how to fire a gun. We still don't know if there is any, like, magic stuff in this world. Like, that has not been established yet. But, like, the writer still needs to clarify if there is, like, anything to do with, like, magic. Because we do know that somehow the worlds have been separated. It could be thanks to, like, technology or something that separated it. We have no idea. Regardless, though, it's either magic or advanced technology that separated the worlds entirely. And that's why they're not connected anymore, even though they're the same planet. And it's not been established if the demons or the humans can use any form of magic, because this can easily become a typical battle shonen if the writer wanted to. For instance, like, hey, you know, there's actually abilities and stuff, you know, each of them can learn something, how to use magic or whatever, and that could still happen. And so, depending on how everything's going, if there really is no magic in this world, then having guns is something that is very vital for, you know, Emma's squad. Because big thing here is that if there's one thing we can gather from the history that we learn about the demons and the humans fight, is that the humans were using spears and bow and arrow to be able to take out the demons. And then eventually, because of the war between both parties, it led to a treaty between both, and it was the main promise. So when you look at this, most likely if there was no magic and they were really using bows and, you know, spears, then it does show that demons are technically not immune down to heavy weapons, and guns are way more powerful than spears and bows. So when we look at what we see in that arsenal in this chapter, then that is going to be very important. It will definitely put them at a level playing field, but this is also something we need to remind ourselves of. It has already been established that the demons, the society that, our children are in right now, they are in a society of demons that are very smart. They have their own government. They have their own, policies and everything, because it's obvious for them to have their own plantations or their own rules, like organic meat or whatever, than from regular, actual farms or factories and stuff, how it processes meat. It's obvious that the way this is looking is that the demon society is very similar to how humanity is. We're kind of not all working together properly. We have our own viewpoints, our own culture, all, scattered around the entirety of the world, and that's probably what's happening here. Most likely, if there is, different viewpoints and stuff, that would mean that there's probably countries or whatever that, have really strong, powerful technology. And in this case, they'll have firearms, weapons, and stuff like that. There could be an equivalent to the United States or whatever, or, I guess in New England, Russia, whatever, in this series that has, a lot of firearms or whatever, and probably has the same technology as humanity. And if Emma and them start to raise a storm and all that to attack a plantation, then most likely the government might intervene with their own soldiers or whatever. So that's what I want to point out. So if there is no magic, then that would mean that the demons are going to have to use their own firearms and stuff. So that's scary, because that would mean that that's going to make it to where these children are up against trained soldiers. I'm curious on how that's going to be done and how the writer is going to take that. Anyways, though, let's talk about the No Name. So No Name, once again, he's giving off nicknames to all of the children, and the reason for it, which is also once again pointed out by Ray, is that he just doesn't want to grow attached to them, because they could just drop dead like that no matter what, and so he doesn't want to grow attached to them, because if he does, he'll be having trauma once again. So he just wants to disconnect and not really learn their names or anything like that. And the reason why he's not giving his name up is because he doesn't want, them calling him by his name, probably because he'll get closer to them. But also on the same token, many have speculated that he probably forgot his own name. I mean, with how crazy he is and how long he's been alone, he might have forgotten his own name. That is a possibility. I mean, think about it. It could be a possibility. So when you look at all these little things right now, I do like the way the chapter is setting up. And setting up for some really good stuff in the future. I'm excited to see where the writer is going to take it. I'm excited to see, how, Emma's going to learn how to use a weapon. I wonder what weapon she's going to choose. I want to assume a sniper rifle, but we'll see where it goes. What do you think? What do you think, Emma would choose? And from all of those weapons in that arsenal, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And so with that being said, I want to end this video here. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you like my content, please subscribe. And if you want to support me for, I can continue to focus on YouTube, please support me on Patreon. The link is in the description. So I love you guys. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.